Broadsword calling Danny boy.
Right guys, this is a slight departure from my usual style of videos. We're looking at an image here from Sol 647. It's a very interesting image, this one. I haven't looked at all of this set of images yet. This is one of the first ones I've looked at, and found something straight away. Got a bit lucky here. I'm just going to pull it up into Paint Shop Pro 9, I think this is. Very similar to Photoshop, but it's a bit simpler to use, and you can also get it for free. I'm just going to show you how I process the images here. What I normally do is crop the image down so that it can be viewed easily in the video recording software. I try and get it down to 1280 by 720. Then you can zoom in and out and do what you like then, and you don't have any dodgy black borders around the edge or anything, so it fits in nicely. Just cropping it down to get it to work. Right, almost there. I'm going to increase the dots per inch up to 2000 dpi, which will prevent the image losing any information when I enlarge it. So I'm going from about 300 here up to about 1280. Up to 1280. It's quite a large image now, so I haven't lost any detail here. In fact, when you increase the DPI, it actually increases the detail. This is a good way to try and reverse some of the overcompression and obfuscation that NASA applied to these images. I'm sure they're deliberately grungifying them, as lots of other people have said. Will at What's Up in the Sky 37 channel, and Chris at Mars Anomalies, and Olympus Sky, they've all found the same problems here. I particularly use a Gaussian blur. I'll just put 1.4 on there, and that should clean it up a little bit. That gets rid of the pixelation, but you then have to increase the contrast to bring out the detail. First of all, I'm going to white balance it, just take the heat out of the picture a little bit, make it more like a daylight on Earth kind of view. But I'm sure the filter they use on these images is some kind of grungy brown, or as Will calls it, puke colour filter, which is pretty horrible. It's good to get rid of that. It usually helps to look at these images a bit bluer, like they would appear on Earth. I just darken it up now, just so you can now you can start seeing some of the chain structures in this rock here. You can see at the bottom here there's some chain links. There's what looks like an alien skull here with an elongated cranium. Very pronounced eyebrow ridges. The chain that goes up and over this rock here comes down to the front. It even goes down the back. You can see it just about making out going down the back of that rock there. And to the front again. So there's like a big loop of chain here. It's not the first chain I've found. There's also what seems to be here some kind of propeller. Let's darken that up so you can see it. It's a bit blurry, as they all are, these images. You can see the petals on this kind of flower shape here. It may be a fan, it may be part of a machine, who's to say? It doesn't look like a rock, that's for sure. There's some very strange stuff going on in this image. Yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blades on this thing, whatever it is. You get a lot of people saying, "Oh, these are all just rocks on Mars." Well, where's your evidence for that? Mars used to have water. Gale Crater was probably an oasis full of creatures, right up until the Cataclysm, they would have probably congregated there to drink the remaining fresh water as the water evaporated after the climate change. They would have all died. This could explain the frequency of the number of corpses and remains I've found, and lots of other people. It's as if they were all kind of thrown together in a big explosion, or perhaps a tsunami. If there was a tsunami on Mars, the water would have probably rushed into Gale Crater, causing huge mudslides, and these mudslides, after the water evaporated, would have solidified into piles of detritus that would have become fossilized and encrusted, like we have here. That's my explanation. Could be wrong, but from what I'm seeing on the ground, that looks pretty much like what happened. It's the only explanation that really fits the scenario. You get lots of fossils that are totally unrelated from different species, all mixed up together. The only possible way that would happen in a single layer is if they were thrown together in a cataclysm. And a tsunami following, say, Olympus Mons exploding would explain this. It's the only explanation I've managed really to come up with so far, and I think it does kind of explain what we're looking at here. I mean, look at this elongated skull here. Look at these brow ridges. I mean, they're very pronounced. Now, this may not be a skull, but it certainly looks like one to me. It's all kind of jumbled up together, thrown into the mud, and then obviously dried out over the years and become solidified. There's all sorts of bits of junk, skulls, bits of technology, even artwork, carvings and statue parts, all thrown together. If you're lucky, you'll find all those things in one image. You often do. But often you can look at the guy's eye here. You can see his pupil. This is crazy. I mean, look at that eye. I mean, that's not really been enhanced much at all. You can see it. I'm going to use the burn tool here just to bring that out a bit. There's his eye. There's his cheekbone and his eyebrows. And his mouth. There's his mouth. I will put some more enhanced clips of this image in the video towards the end, so you can actually see it, but a bit in more detail. I'm just doing a quick job here just to show you how I bring out some of this stuff. This is just a very quick, basic workover of this image. There will be more later on in the video, just to show you a little bit more detail, hopefully. There's some strange stuff here, really strange. It's a bit like a skull on the end here as well. Is that an eye? Who's to say? It's probably just a rock, that one. How do you tell a rock from skull? Skulls have eye sockets, nasal cavities, teeth. This guy on the left here even has an ear. I mean, this propeller structure is certainly not a natural rock formation. It could be a fossilized leaf of some sort of plant. It certainly looks like it was once organic, or perhaps even Martian made. And just taking it to negative there, it kind of shows it a bit more, but maybe not. Like I said, I'll put some more clips in the video showing a bit more detail here. I'll do a cutout of it, and that should help you see what I'm seeing here. There, because I mean, look at the chain. I mean, now I've really darkened it up. You can see that chain quite clearly. It's not the only chain I've found. This would be about the third or fourth one. Some of them were quite large. There was obviously water here, probably boats moored. It's the sort of chain you see hanging off the side of a dock. Down by the river, or down by the docks in town. Why not? I mean, we found found a spaceship on Mars recently. Found everything. There are even small plants. There are probably a few little small creatures still left up there, but very small. Very hard to catch in any of these images. It's probably why they blur them up so we can't see the actual real detail. Only the larger anomalies really show up. If you're lucky, you get them fairly close to the Curiosity rover like we have here, and then you can actually see some detail. A lot of people make videos of the backgrounds, zooming right into the background, but that's really hard. I mean, the Mars Anomalies channel and Olympus Sky, they do some great work on these backgrounds, a lot of which are heavily edited and blurred out, and they're definitely trying to hide some sort of city or buildings or whatever in the background. I tend to stick with the foreground stuff. I'm more interested in the actual fossils and animal remains, some of which may be millions of years old. Some look pretty fresh to me. Some of the specimens I found that like they were freeze dried in maybe only 1,000 years ago, maybe even 500 years ago. Impossible to say. We may not be told the truth about the actual temperatures on Mars. There may even be a lot more oxygen than they're telling us. We really don't know what they're doing up there. We kind of take it for granted that it's just rocks up there. We've been brainwashed into thinking there's only rocks up there since we were kids. Certainly at school we were told there was no life in our solar system. No evidence for that at all. In fact, most people who are observing our solar system see UFOs and strange things flying around all the time. I mean, and they follow every single NASA mission. There and back to the moon and wherever they go. They get followed by little UFO type things, orbs and various spaceships, and they're being watched, they're being followed, they're being monitored. In this scenario, we're the aliens. We're the ones on an alien planet. We're the aliens. So, I just think I'll leave it there now, guys. This is Joe White from ArtAlienTV, the Mars Zoo, as I like to call it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.